Okay.
Yes, ma'am,
Thank
you
you,
can
Ghanshyam.
start. Yes.
Hi, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. This is CA Rupa Jain, and today I will be taking your TDS session. There we will be discussing about TDS interview question and answer. Okay. So, so let's start. I'm sharing my screen with you all. Ghanshyam ji, please allow me
Yes,
to share
yes.
screen.
Just a second, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me give a brief introduction about myself. This is CA Rupa Jain. I am a chartered accountant as well as a company secretary. I did my graduation from St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, and we have co-founded Skillshot in the year 2017. So today I will be taking your session on TDS. So let us start. So please make this session bit interactive. This will help you all a lot. So I'm asking certain questions. Let's see who all can answer. You feel free to reply in the chat box. Okay. So can you please tell me what is TDS and why this concept was introduced? Any one of you? You can use your chat box or you can use your you can unmute yourself and
You can unmute
let
yourself
me
and
know what
speak.
to say.
Okay. Yeah.
Does any one of you want to say?
Yeah, ma'am, I want to say
Yes, Puneet,
TDS
please
is
say.
tax deducted at source, which means at the time of payment we are deducting tax. It was introduced to uh, stop the practice of evading tax. Like some person do not show income in their return, so that at the time of payment only the person who are making the payment was instructed by the government to deduct the TDS, so that
Okay.
he cannot. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay. So can you please tell me who is liable to deduct TDS? Is everyone is responsible for taking TAN registration? Is everyone is responsible? Or there is certain limitation? Yes, everyone. Is everyone is responsible to take TDS registration or is there any restriction or any limitation? Any one of you? You can raise your hand or you can write down in the chat box. Okay. So let's start with the topic TDS. It is very interesting and in many interview, they ask this question. Okay. So first of all, what is TDS exactly? It's TDS full form is tax deducted at source. So at the time of booking or at the time of payment, we deduct tax. But why we are deducting tax? That is most important thing. That is most relevant because many of it is observed that many of the taxpayer they are not declaring true income. In order to track them, we are deducting tax. Okay. That's why TDS is introduced. And moreover, Government of India required advance amount, right? For the purpose of development activities. That's why TDS is introduced. Now, the most important question is why TDS? The next question is who is liable to deduct TDS? Is everyone is liable to deduct TDS or there is certain threshold or there is certain criteria that certain people only are required to take the TAN number in order to deduct TDS. Okay. So in case of company or firm, there is compulsory registration. Means the company or firm, they are required to compulsory deduct TDS. Okay. So suppose, let me give you an example. See, Tanuj is having a commission income. For him, it is an income. And for me, it is an expense. So whether I am liable to deduct TDS or not, it depends on many criteria. What are the criteria? The first criteria is, who am I? Am I a company or a firm? If I am a company or a firm, then I am required to compulsory get myself registered, get myself the TAN number. But in case of others, like in case of individual or firm, if in previous year their turnover is 1 crore, exceeding 1 crore in case of goods and exceeding 50 lakh in case of service, then only they are liable to take TAN registration. Give me 1 minute. Very sorry. Give me 2 minutes. I will be back. Oh, yes, thank you. In case of others, like in case of individual or HUF, we are required to see whether in the previous year their turnover is exceeding 1 crore in case of goods and 50 lakhs in case of services. Then only they are liable to deduct TDS. Otherwise, they are not liable to deduct TDS. So most important question whenever you are going for an interview is that whether you are liable to deduct TDS or not. Many of you answers means we are required to pay, we are incurring an expenses, we are required to deduct TDS, but that is not the case. You are required to deduct TDS only when, if you are a company and a firm, then it is compulsory. But in case of other than company or firm, then you are required to check. In case of goods, whether your turnover is greater than 1 crore, and in case of service, whether it is more than 50 lakhs or not. Okay. In case of profession. Okay. Okay. So what is the most relevant sections for TDS? So that is hijack. I'm not telling about the real hijack, but this is 194H IJAC. This is the most frequently asked sections in TDS. So any one of you, do you know what is 194H?
Commission.
194H. Okay.
TDS on commission.
TDS on commission. Very good. Okay. Can you please tell me what is the limit and rate? Any one of you?
5%.
15,000.
Okay.
15,000 is the limit.
5%, 15,000 limit exceeds.
Okay. The limit is 15,000 and the rate is 5%.
5%.
Very good. Now, please tell me whether this TDS is deducted on taxable value or invoice value. Any one of you.
Taxable.
Taxable value.
Taxable.
What is the difference
Taxable
between
value.
invoice and taxable value?
GST will be
GST
added.
amount.
Okay. So why we are not deducting TDS on invoice value? Why it is not deducted?
Then it should be
Anyone
tax,
of you?
deducted tax on tax.
Very good. We cannot levy tax on tax. That's why it is not deductible. Okay. Next section is 194I. It relates to rent on land and building or furniture. And the limit is 2,40,000 and the rate is 10%. Okay. So 2,40,000 is monthly limit or party-wise limit or yearly limit?
Yearly
Yes,
limit.
everyone?
Yearly.
Yearly limit. It is party-wise limit, right? Rent on plant and machinery, any one of you want to say?
2% limit. 2% is the limit.
2% is the rate. And 2,40,000 is the limit. Okay. And what about 194J?
30,000.
30,000 and 10%.
Professional services.
Okay. So what is the difference between professional and technical services? What is the difference? Suppose I am a teacher. I am not a chartered accountant. Suppose. Is my services is covered under 194J? If I am not a chartered accountant, I'm just a trainer or a teacher. Whether my services is covered under 194J, that is professional service.
No.
No, ma'am. I think.
No.
Like.
Okay. Then what
Yes.
services is covered under 194J? Okay. So let us discuss that services. So these are the services which are covered under 194J: legal, medical, engineering, architectural, accountancy, authorized representative. Any one of you, can you please explain what is authorized representative? I think every one of you know that. Yes, Gayatri, you want to explain authorized representative?
It is like government representative who can authorize the documents.
Government representative? No.
Like, ma'am, representative in front of income tax authority, like.
Very good. If we are representing in front of income tax department or GST department, even if I am not a CA or CS, if I am representing my client, then also I am coming under professional services. Film artist, company secretary, information technology, sports person, umpire, referees, coaches, trainer, team physicians, physiotherapist, commentators, anchor, sport columnist. Can you tell me if Ricky Ponting is playing cricket in India, so is we are liable to deduct TDS? IPL in India is IPL income, whether we are liable to deduct TDS?
Yes,
Ricky
ma'am,
Ponting.
because
Yes.
source is in India, like source of
Okay.
income is in.
So what is the section if Ricky Ponting is visiting India or he is playing in India, IPL, then under which section we are liable to deduct TDS?
He is actually non-resident.
195, ma'am.
195.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
194 E.
194E.
Very good. 194E. Okay, we are liable to deduct TDS under section 194E. That is specifically for sports person, sports association, and entertainer. Okay. Now, what is technical service? Any one of you, can you please bifurcate between professional and technical service? Technical service. Okay, no one, no problem. So technical service is managerial service, technical service, consultancy service, like human resource consultancy. It is also a technical service. Managerial service, if I am helping in someone's management, then also it will be deducted under 194J under technical service. Next is provision of service of technical or other personnel. So all these services relates to technical service. So what is the difference between professional and technical under TDS? So in TDS, for professional services, the rate is 10%. And in case of technical service, it is 2%. Okay. So anything more which is covered under section 194J? Anything more except professional or technical? Anything more? If you remember, any one of you?
Royalty, ma'am.
Royalty. Okay, royalty. Anything else other than royalty?
Fees.
Remuneration of
Director
director.
service.
Remuneration of
Director sitting fees. And one more is non-compete fees. Can you please tell me what is non-compete fees? It is also covered under section 194J.
Amount paid for not competing with the business.
Anyone, any example?
like if
Getting-
I have
Like?
Like
if
in
I have-
coaching business, like if we enter into agreement with someone, like not to start providing coaching of a similar subject or something like that.
So we can have an agreement with any one of them, with anyone, or we have to be like, suppose I am a partner in a partnership firm and I am leaving that firm. I know all thing about that firm. So the partnership firm is what it is doing. It is having a partnership with me. Now, right now, it is not having a partnership with me. It is telling that if you are going out from the partnership firm, then you need to sign an agreement where it is written that you will not compete with us. So we are providing you a fees. That is non-compete fees. Okay. Okay. 194 HIJAC. Now next section is A. Any one of you?
Interest on fixed deposit.
Who is
Interest other
liable to
than
deduct
securities.
TDS? Who is liable
Securities,
to
sorry.
deduct TDS? Interest on bank or PO deposit. Okay. Who is liable to deduct TDS?
Other than
Bank
individual or
or
HDF.
post office.
So bank is liable to deduct TDS in this case. Okay. So the limit is 40,000, and in case of senior citizen, it is 50,000, and the rate is 10%. One more thing is covered in this section. Any one of you want to say? 194A.
Interest on debentures.
No. Any one of
interest
you?
on capital partners.
Cooperative security. Cooperative societies.
Interest on securities.
No, interest on securities is not covered in this section. Interest on unsecured loan. If I am taking any unsecured loan and I am paying interest, then I am liable to deduct TDS. For me, it is an expense. For the other party, it is a income. Okay, the limit is 5,000 and the rate is 10%. Okay. Okay. Now, please tell me about 194C. Any one of you?
Interest TDS on contract.
Contract.
Okay. Can you please explain what is contract?
Contract is an agreement between two persons to provide some services
Okay,
in
what are the
exchange of
examples?
consideration.
What are the examples? What all things are covered in this
Like
section?
we can enter into contract with some supplier for purchase of goods, and
Okay.
like what goods will be provided, of what quality, and what will be the payment terms, credit days, all that we can document in contract.
Okay. Anything else? Any example of contracts?
Catering services,
Okay. Catering services.
advertisement as well, telecast.
Okay. Okay. Advertisement and catering service.
Logistic transporting contract, like for dispatching of goods.
Transport agencies covered under 194C.
Lawyer, we can enter into contracts. Legal
Lawyer.
services.
Job
For legal.
workers.
Services is covered under section 194J.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
covered under section 194J. Okay, anyone of you can tell me that when GTA is not covered under section 194C, when goods transport agency is not covered?
Transporter owning more than 10 vehicles.
Okay,
And
if it is owning
and
more
intimating-
than 10 vehicles, then it is covered. If it is owning more than less than 10 vehicle and it is certifying that I am owning more less than 10 vehicle, then it is not covered. So C is contractor. Okay, so single bill limit is 30,000 and aggregate bill limit is 1 lakh. Okay, and the rate is 2% and 1%. So can you please bifurcate between single bill and aggregate bill? What is the difference between the same?
Aggregate means whole year.
Okay. So let us check. Okay. Suppose my first bill is of 28,000. Whether TDS will be deductible or not? Yes, everyone.
No, no.
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 For second bill, it is 32,000. Whether it is deductible?
Yes.
Yes.
So in the first bill, it is not deductible? No. Second bill, yes.
Yes.
Third, 28,000. Again, whether it is deductible? I think no.
Yes.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Like in aggregate, it is crossing.
It
Okay,
is not
not
crossing
crossing.
aggregate. And the fourth bill is of the amount, suppose 34,000. So whether in the fourth bill, we will deduct yes or not?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
But on how much amount the same will be deducted?
On total amount, like
Total amount? Okay, you all are saying
Total-
total amount. Total
Total
amount.
except 32,000 because
Very
उसपे हम
good.
already
Total-
deduct कर चुके हैं.
Okay. Total except 32,000.
2,000.
Okay. So how much, what will be the rate of TDS? It will be 1% or 2%?
depends
is-
in
Suppose I am a company and the other party is also a company.
2%.
2%.
1%.
Okay. Suppose I am an individual or HUF and the other party is a company. I am an
Then
individual.
1%.
1%? No. If I am an individual or HUF, I need to check whether the other party is a company or other than company or not. If the other party is a company, then I am required to deduct TDS at the rate 2%. Okay. So we need to check the deductee. Deductee entity, whether it is a individual, HUF or firm. We are not checking from the deductor side. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. So let's start the other part. So these are all the frequently asked question in TDS, that is HIJAC. Okay. Okay, now tell me what is the interest in case I have deducted the TDS but not deposited it. I have deducted the TDS, but I haven't deposited it yet.
It's 1.5%.
Okay.
per month.
And if I have deducted the TDS, I haven't deducted the TDS,
Then for 1%.
then 1%. Okay. Wait for 1 minute. I'm giving you one sum. Kindly solve that. This is the sum. And the amount is 5,000. So what will be the interest amount? So I am reading it for you. The due date of TDS deduction is 25th April. And you have deducted TDS on 11th May. The same on 5th September. Then please do the sum. If you are having copy pen. This one. The due date of TDS deduction is 25th April and you have deducted TDS on 11th May and deposited the same on 5th September. So what will be the interest amount on the same? Any one of you? For how many months it will be 1.5% and for how many months it will be 1%? Any one of you?
For
Per
1
month,
month,
half of
it will be like 1%, and for 1 month it will be 1.5%.
For 1 month it will be 1.5%, you are saying?
Yes, and for 1 month, because I think like interest rate is 1% per month or part of month. If it is like outstanding for a single day, then also interest for whole month is charged.
Okay.
So,
But
like if we have
not the
deducted TDS on
answer.
25th April, like we are required to deposit by 7th of next month. So
Yes.
for 1 month, it will be like 1%, and for 1 month, it will be 1.5%. I
Okay,
think.
but that is not the answer. Can you please try again? Because the
Yes.
deduction date is 25th April and you have deducted on 11th May and you have
months.
Yes, 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 yes. Got it.
2 months.
Yes, yes.
Yes, Kanishka, you want to try? Anyone else? Jyotsna?
Ma'am,
For
for the
late,
deduction. Yeah, you can go, Trishna.
for late deduction, 1% per month or part of the month. That is April and May. 2 months.
Okay, so I'm giving you the answer.
150, ma'am, like, is it?
Ma'am, I
So,
think it's for 1 month, na? Late.
see, the due date of TDS is 25th April and you have deducted TDS on 11th May, but you have deposited on 5th September. Okay. So for 2 months, since we haven't deducted the same, so for 2 months, 1% will be charged. So 5,000 into 1% into 2. Okay.
Remaining.
Okay. And for 1 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 months. Why 5 months? Any one of you? I'm starting this from 11th May to 5th September. Because on 11th May, we have deducted the TDS but haven't deposited it.